Good evening. We'd like to welcome all of our families, friends, loved ones to our memorial service this year. We understand that most of you have joined us virtually live tonight. Some of you will be watching this later. Things feel a little different this year. It does not diminish our grief. It does not diminish how we are feeling at this time. Therefore, we have dedicated a few moments tonight to sit quietly, reflect, and remember.
Tonight, we would like to begin with a candle lighting ceremony. The first one is the memory candle. We light a candle of the memory of the persons or the loss, the deaths, and the endings we each are remembering this evening. This is a fragile flame. It can be extinguished with a gust of air, or, if left to burn, the flame will eventually consume the candle. A candle has its allotted span of time to burn, yet while the candle burns, it radiates light and heat. So long after the candle is extinguished or consumed, the fire of life and love still burns.
The second candle is the candle of community. We light this candle to signify community, the community where those who died did their living and were cared for in their dying, the communities where our loss occurred, and the community where we create today in our being together. We need one another in our grief, in our loss, and in our starting again. We each need a place to really be heard.
Tonight I will be lighting the candle of joy. We light this candle to signify that our sorrow and joy are woven together. We cannot deny the grief that death or loss bring. We must let it spill from our hearts. We must let the sorrow have its time, because our joy has had its time. It is because we knew, loved, and delighted in our relationships that today we feel such sorrow in their endings. Our joy came first, but because of the joy, we feel such sorrow now. Though the sorrow is strong, when we remember our grief, there will be a new day, and once again, the joy in our life will be greater than our sorrow.
The candle of mystery. We light this candle to recognize the mystery of life and death. In awe and wonder, our thoughts stretch to understand where we come from, when we are born, and where do we go when we die.
Today we light the candle of thanksgiving. We're thankful for the gift of life, even though life does not come without death and with endings. We're thankful for the persons whose lives have touched us and changed our lives. We're thankful that memories can help heal grief and bring us into deeper understanding of ourselves, the world, and our relationship with God. We're thankful for love that never dies.
I would like to share with you tonight the Mourner's Bill of Rights. You have the right to experience your own unique grief. No one else will grieve in exactly the same way you do. So when you turn to others for help, don't allow them to tell you what you should or should not be feeling. You have the right to talk about your grief. Talking about your grief will help you heal. Seek out others who will allow you to talk as much as you want, as often as you want, about your grief. If at times you don't feel like talking, you also have the right to remain silent. You have the right to feel a multitude of emotions: confusion, disorientation, fear, guilt, and relief are just a few of the emotions you might feel as part of your grief journey. Find listeners who will accept your feelings without conditions. You have the right to be tolerant of your physical and emotional limits. Your feelings of loss and sadness will probably leave you feeling fatigued. Respect what your body and mind are telling you. Get daily rest, eat balanced meals, and don't allow others to push you into doing things you don't feel ready to do. You have the right to experience grief bursts. Sometimes out of nowhere, a powerful surge of grief may overcome you. This can be frightening, but it's normal and natural. Find someone who understands and will let you talk it out. You have the right to embrace your spirituality. If faith is part of your life, express it in ways that seem appropriate to you. Allow yourself to be around people who understand and support your religious beliefs. You have the right to treasure your memories. Memories are one of the best legacies that exist after the death of someone that you love. You will always remember. Instead of ignoring your memories, find others with whom you can share them. And lastly, you have the right to move toward grief and heal. Reconciling your grief will not happen quickly. Remember, grief is a process. It's not an event. Be patient and tolerant with yourself. Neither you nor those around you must forget the death of someone loved changes you forever.
COVID has brought about a change in the world unlike my generation has ever seen. It's robbed some of us from being able to give or receive hugs and even to celebrate with family and friends our departed loved ones. I sincerely hope this service in some way helps you during your time of loss and sorrow. There's a saying that says, "Remember me in your heart, in your thoughts, and the memories of this time we loved, the memories of time we shared. For if you always think of me, I will have never gone." We thank each of you for allowing us to be on the road and the journey of grief with you. We hope that this time spent this evening will open doors of memories and allow you and your family to be able to grieve yet celebrate the loss of the loved one missed so much. There is something special about music that speaks to our souls when words seems to fail. I invite all of you to sing along with Sandy Asmus this evening. From right where you're sitting, if possible, hold the hand of one close to you and cherish the memories you also hold close. Peace and blessings to all of you.